In today's episode, why did they do any of that? Home tech call number 3. I installed my old computer from 2 computers ago onto this computer, and now it's very slow. I know how to do that. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Why did they do any of that? First time poster on this sub, a friend of mine recently passed away, and I remembered this story, the first time I ever actually gave him some tech support. I'm not actually in tech support, just the guy in the family who knows the most about computers and can Google most issues. So the people in this story will be me, F friend, FW friend's wife, also my friend, CR their old computer repair guy. This happened a few years ago, so I am recounting details as best I can. So I was working at the retail store, talking with my coworkers when FW came and talked to me. She knew I was decent with computers. Forward, hey, I know you know a bit about computers. My husband's computer hasn't been able to do much and is super slow. Would you be able to take a look at it? Oh, that should be fine. Just bring it in and leave it in my locker. I'll bring it home and take a look. She brought it in. I took it home and looked at it, but I had actually never encountered anything like it up until that point. Wi-Fi was completely disabled, couldn't figure out any way to turn it back on, thought at one point it might not even have a Wi-Fi card in it anymore, but it did. There was a few more issues, but this one stood out the most. So I called her husband to ask what happened to it. Hey, so I just checked out the laptop. How did it get this way? Hey, yeah, it was having issues, so I got CR to take a look at it. He said he fixed it, but I think it got worse. Mind if I talk to him? Come on over and we'll call him together while you work on it here. I went over to his place, we got CR on the phone, and I got to ask him what the hell happened. Hey CR, I am here taking a look at F's laptop. I gotta say though, I'm struggling a bit. What did you do to it last time? CR, oh, he was having issues with some viruses and some pop-ups, so I went into the registry editor and disabled a few things. And that's when it clicked for me. I never used the registry editor for most things, because I never really needed to. I'm not IT, just a guy who likes computers. So you disabled Wi-Fi and all this other stuff? CR, yes, it fixed the issue. Well, thanks for the info, I'll get back to fixing it now. So now I knew what to look for. I fixed the guy's changes, and then proceeded to do a full virus sweep, fixed his actual issues, and got him back on the laptop. For the next few years I was their exclusive IT guy. They became like second parents to me. I really miss F. Home tech call number 3. I was a network admin in the army. This is before Wild West was over, and did side jobs after hours. Usually, it was get a call at the office and go after work to clean up someone's home computer because the kids got into it and visited sites they were not supposed to visit. This is one of those stories of the kids fucking up the folks' computer. Situation, folks, both sergeant majors, the kid, one each entitled high schooler going into college. House visits were $100 a visit. It didn't matter if it took 3 hours or 10 minutes, it was $100 cash. The previous 2 visits were to clean out malware and other BS the kid downloaded. This visit was more of a pain than the last 2. Little Miss Entitled had a computer expert friend come over to clean out the havoc she created since my last visit and failed miserably. The expert thought his free version of Norton antivirus was much better than the DoD grade version of Symantec antivirus that I had installed. This was back in the day when the military allowed their license to be used on home computers. I had just cleaned out the previous antivirus, installed the DoD version back in, configured it to bonehead mode and cleaned up the system of other gremlins left behind from the expert. We were getting ready to settle up when I decided who should foot the bill for this trip. Folks, so the usual $100? Me nah. I've decided that you're not responsible for this visit, and I'm going to give the bill to the person responsible. Folks, so me, yes. I can't see charging you for 3 visits. You did not cause this issue. So, I'm giving the bill to your daughter. Folks, really? Relieved looks. Entitled daughter what? My computer friend fixed it. Why should I have to pay for this? Me, you need to be held accountable for your actions. Your friend is not an expert. It took me longer this trip to fix what he screwed up. You caused this, and in good faith, I cannot charge your parents. So, pony up $100 cash, please. Entitled daughter, I just don't have that kind of money on me. She does have a part-time job, so I know she's good for it. Me, okay. You'd best hurry to the bank before they close. I don't take checks, and this is COD, cash on delivery. Entitled daughter leaves in a huff and heads to the bank. Folks, thank you. Me for what? Folks, making her pay for her mistakes and holding her accountable. Me, I love visiting, but I just don't feel right charging every time I show up because of someone else's indiscretions. Folks, no. It's a good life lesson for her. We hope she learned something today. Thank you. Me, anytime. We talked while waiting. Little Miss Entitled showed up with the cash, grudgingly handed it over, and I left. I installed my old computer from 2 computers ago onto this computer, and now it's very slow. I have to write this out to unpack what literally just happened 20 to 30 minutes ago. I received a call from an employee at our company who is unable to open Outlook. It's giving an OST error. She comes out swinging for the fences with. I did an update on my new computer that I just got, and now the internet is slow in the house. Can you fix that? What did you update? Word. I explained that Word doesn't affect the speed of the internet in your home. She was incapable of simply accepting what I was saying and continued. But I also just installed my old computer from 2 computers ago onto this computer, and now it's slow. Can you make it the new computer again? What do you mean you installed your old computer onto this one? I was told to move the desktop to this computer, and I'm afraid that when I moved the desktop it changed the settings to make it run slower. Settings for what? You know. The insides. The processor, fans, memory? That kind of stuff? Yes. Now the parts are my old computer from 2 computers ago. Again, I explained that this isn't how it works, and the desktop is just files that are on your desktop, aka home screen. She wasn't having it. Mercifully, I was able to get a new mail profile set up, and that was fine. She did ask me how I got her mail on this computer, when it was already delivered to another computer, which was also excellent. I told her to call her internet provider, because I can't revert the update that broke her internet, and they'll have to do it. I reread this, and if I didn't literally just experience that, I would think this is made up. I know how to do that. My very first IT job was for a defense contracting company as their corporate IT support. One day, one of the ladies in HR called me because her wireless keyboard was not working. I walked down to her office with some spare batteries, and sure enough, the keyboard was dead. Pride. Looks like I just need to change the batteries. User. Oh. No worries, I can do that. I remember you doing that the last time this happened. Pride, you sure? It'll take 2 seconds. User. Yeah, of course. I know how to do that. No sense in you changing batteries when I can do that myself. Narrator. But she didn't know how to do that. I get back to my desk, and 2 minutes later my phone rings. User tells me her keyboard is still not working. So I walk down to her desk, thinking to myself the whole way maybe she put the batteries in the wrong way. I get to her desk and flip over her keyboard to get to the batteries when all of a sudden. User. OH. That's where they go. Pride. Small smile on my face. Yet, Ms. User. Where'd you put them? User. I put them in the mouse. Since they're a wireless keyboard/mouse set, I thought they shared power. She was a very sweet lady, and had been working twice as long as I'd been alive at that point. We had a good laugh about it, and she even brought me a coffee the next day for wasting my time.